When you go, let me.
Well, we are live.
Oh, there he is. We are back.
We are here.
We
welcome,
back.
welcome into a live surprise, a live Wednesday edition of Bleav in Panthers here on Bleav Podcast Networks, brought to you by the fine folks over at FanDuel. Desmond Johnson in the house with the Panthers, all-time leading rusher Jonathan Stewart decided to go live because the Panthers got flexed. We got flexed up to Saturday. We told y'all Sunday night it said to be determined for the time for Panthers versus Bucs, and they decided to put us kind of in a national spotlight. It's going to be on ESPN and ABC Saturday, 4:30 kickoff, if I'm not mistaken, live from Tampa Bay. We'll get you ready for that. Lots to get to today. If you are watching us live on the Bleav YouTube channel, you can definitely chime in with any comments or any questions you have for me or Stu while we're in here.
Any mailbag, whatever you want to call it. Mail it.
I'm gonna tag you, Stu, on the live link here in just a bit now. But Panthers
I'm
Bucs.
pushing one out too.
Okay, cool. Okay, so Panthers Bucs coming up here Sunday. The Bucs have lost 7 of their last 8 games, including to us. It's crazy too, Stu, because they're getting all their stuff back because they were really banged up on offense, and including Baker Mayfield, his non-throwing shoulder was messed up. They were out without Mike Evans for a period of time. Chris Godfrey was out for a while. Bucky Irvin was out for a little while. Like most of their skill position players were out. They started coming back, and it's like it hasn't mattered. It almost feels like, I think Baker Mayfield said something in a post-game press conference like maybe 2 months ago that kind of echoed that there's something not right in the locker room, or something's not right, that something's off. There's something that's not going well for them, and it feels like it's carried over onto the field. Have you had teams where like you could kind of sense the chemistry in the locker room was just a little off? Like something was just, whatever it is something that's just, it didn't feel like it's something you could fix in the season. It's basically what I'm saying. Like, have you been in locker rooms like that before where you kind of sense it and you look back in hindsight and you're like, yeah, maybe something was wrong with the locker room that year. I don't know if it was coaching or just the mix of players or whatever it might be, but I'm sure you get a sense of it as a player that something's off. Have you ever been in a situation like that?
Yeah, I mean, heck yeah. I mean, I've been on some good teams. I've been on some bad teams, but I've also been on some teams where, we had everything in the locker room. We had everything on offense and defense and special teams, and for whatever reason, we couldn't just get over the hump, right? I look back to 2000 when we played the 49ers in the playoffs and lost the first round against the 49ers.
It was like 2013, maybe.
Yeah, you use your brain right now because my brain was funky. But I look at that team, right? We were talented. We had everything going for us. We were hitting all cylinders towards the end of the season, and for whatever reason, we lay an egg, right? And so I wouldn't compare that season to what the Buccaneers are going through, because what they're going through is a little bit more distinguishing as far as they're not. I don't necessarily think they are who we thought they were in the beginning of the season, and a lot of it comes with the inability to stay healthy and losing guys along the way. You don't figure out how to hit that stride when you lose guys. I look at Bucky Irving, right? He got hurt in the early parts of the season when, around the time where they were, hitting some strides. And for whatever reason, when he got hurt, they kind of went full Baker Mayfield mode, basically putting the world on Baker Mayfield's shoulders. And I don't think that's necessarily smart of any offense to do. You look at Josh Allen, right? Josh Allen, the Buffalo Bills are the premier example of that. You put everything on one guy. He's only one guy. And what happens when a defense figures out how to stop that guy? You know what I'm saying? You become truly one-dimensional. The difference, I think, between a Baker Mayfield and a Josh Allen, there's tons of differences between the two. I'm not comparing them as far as apples and apples, but as far as how they're going about their offense, I look at the Buffalo Bills and how they lean on the run game, right? They lean heavy on that run game. Cook out there cooking people up, okay?
That's
just
the
like
game.
was doing at Minnesota. But now it's his turn, right? James Cook, they dial the run play. They dial, the mindset of run the ball, play defense. They just happen to have Josh Allen that can also run the ball and run people over and lean forward for a first down. They ask Baker Mayfield to do those same types of things, and it's not fair to him because he is a different type of player. And so I just think that the Buccaneers, they find these struggles because they are self-inflicted in game plan. So we can get to the keys to victory, if you want.
Because it almost feels like we're at a point where it doesn't matter what the other team does unless they're like a elite team, like a team that like we expect to see conference championship weekend type stuff, like a New England, a Buffalo, like one of these teams, Seattle, where it was like, even the Seattle game, it felt like it didn't really get away from us till the third quarter. It was 6-6 going into halftime. But those other games, that Patriots game, that Buffalo game, they felt like they were a level or two ahead of where we are. Any other teams we've played, including this Tampa Bay team, it feels like it's more about what do we do as opposed to what we have to stop from them, which is different this year than previous years. For me, I'm just kind of looking at, like, and I mentioned it on Sunday, the offense for Carolina, it feels like it dictates the whole team. Like, where if Carolina comes out humming early on offense and they're aggressive early on offense, where they're going downfield, they're picking up 4 or 5 yard chunks on run plays, and it starts to spill over a little bit, the defense starts to play a little faster and they start to hunt, and it all carries over. It's when Carolina has to actually figure it out from behind, or like they have to, a hole gets dug first and then they start to kind of dig and do. That's when we're like not at our best. When we've been at our best this year is when we have drove the car from the very beginning, from first quarter onward. And that's the frustrating thing I see from fans, where they're like, well, why can't we do that every week? It's a young team. They're learning how to do it every week. We're just watching it in real time, and we're microwave popcorn society. We want everything fast. Like, we want it now.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to wait.
Everybody wants that quick bite to eat. Want to go through the drive-through, want to go to Taco Bell, and they wonder why their stomach hurting later.
Yeah, it don't taste good. It's filling, but it's not sustaining. You know what I'm saying?
It's not made. It's made to hold you over.
Yeah.
Until you get some real food in your system.
You're gonna regret it later. You're gonna regret it a little bit later. What do you think is your key for Panthers Bucs? Besides what I'm saying, fast start, be aggressive, don't settle for checkdowns and stuff early. It's for the division. I mean, like, if you don't win this, you're not playing again next week. Like, lay it all out on the line and go. And you're not at home, and you tend to play okay away from Bank of America Stadium in terms of when they're the underdog and nobody's expecting them to win and it's all stacked against them. Those are the games the Panthers have shined in this year. So what do you think, Stu? Like, as you're looking at this, we just saw them 2 weeks ago. So, I mean, what do you think coming off of
that? Going back to the last time we played them, we didn't run the ball as much as I think we could have and should have, and neither did they. Apparently, I look back and I'm looking at the stats right now. Bucky Irving, I look, he ended up with 19 for 71, 3.7 yards per carry. Our defense did a good job, right? I look at that stat line, I say, okay, they held Bucky Irving in check. There's one guy in particular, though, that I'm just kind of scratching my head about why they stopped running him. Rachaad White, number 1, running back. He had a nice little scamper, 39-yard long scamper. Explosive run. So they have the ability to do that, right? So again, we talk about, this time of year where we're playing meaningful football. If you're Tampa Bay, what actually scares you about Carolina right now, right? Derek Brown.
Number 1, number 2.
I'm gonna tell you this: the king of pop. Michael Jackson. Okay.
Mike Jackson will surprise me if he's a Pro Bowl alternate or something. He's been playing.
Mike Jack over here playing. He got he playing like an all-pro. Forget Pro Bowl. He playing like an all-pro.
He really has. All year, too. He's been consistent all year long.
He's been consistent all year. But as a whole, I look at that defense. They have been opportunistic the last several weeks. Being able to keep the Carolina Panthers as a whole in games that they shouldn't have been, right? quote unquote. Before the season started, we would have never thought we'd been here because of how bad the defense was last year. And so we took so many strides to where we have to really lean into the fact that this is a defensive football team right now. Yeah. And so if you're a defensive football team, what are the things that you have to do going into these games? Everyone talks about Bryce Young. You talked about this offense. They're supposed to do their part, right? We talked about it a couple of weeks ago when the defense shows up to the ball game and they show up and give 80% and they understand that you're at 20, you got to give all 20%, okay? And unfortunately, last week, they didn't give 20%. They didn't give all 20. They gave probably 17, 15%. Yeah. If you're gonna come shorthanded, you got to give all what's in your hand, right? Not just some, because you're already shorthanded. And I look at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Trends matter, Desmond. Mm-hmm. Trends matter. So if your quarterback's been struggling, right, and you're going up against a team that's actually been really good, in those passing situations, as far as long passes, right? They've been the Carolina Panthers have been pretty good stopping offenses from converting on the deep threats for the most part, and as it largely do because of our secondary, right? So what scares me matches up with what the Buccaneers have been struggling with. They haven't been able to hit the deep targets. They haven't been able to stretch the field the last 4 weeks. That's why they are, where they are with a 4-game losing streak. Yeah. So if you're the trends matter. They're 1-7 since the bye week. So on the Panthers, stop the run early, make them one-dimensional, tackle in space, which means if they know what their weaknesses are, they're going to basically look at the film from last week and say, okay, we are going to check down Shorty and make sure that we get yards after catch, right? So we got to be able to tackle in space, okay? And then finish drives with touchdowns, not field goals.
Not field goals.
Stay out of 3 and outs. Got to stay out of that, because if we can win on first downs, our playbook gets bigger. And when our playbook gets bigger, you become more of a threat. You know what I'm saying? So this game isn't about who's particularly better. It's about who can survive the bad football play, right? Both teams have been struggling on offense. Which team is not going to play down to that level? That's what I think the difference maker is going to be here.
I'm going to mention Bryce Young and Dave Canales in this too as keys to this game, because they get the most stuff from the Panther internet than anybody really associated with the team this year. I've seen everybody talk about Bryce with the 50-something yards last week, and they kind of ignored why that happened and the fact that the Seahawks are probably going to be the 1 seed when I take that back. Actually, the Niners might have a shot. Like, we're going to talk about that in a little bit. The Niners actually might be the most dangerous team in the NFC that nobody's talking about. But the Seahawks are really good. The Seahawks might have the best defense in all of football. And we got what we got because that's what they gave us last Sunday. So, I mean, I haven't held my head low because of that. And I feel like this is one of those games that will continue to write the legacy of Bryce Young. And he's had a few of these now over the past really 18, 19 games where we're going to look back on that game like, oh, that's when the light turned on. Oh, that's when he did this. He's had, 12 game-winning drives in his career or something, which is nuts when you think about how it began. I think this is an opportunity for Dave Canales and Bryce Young to show the world that, hey, we're ready. We're ready for prime time. This is what I know you guys think we're not. All of their wins have been this year, the 8 wins they've had, they've been an underdog in all 8 games going into it. So, I mean, and they're underdog on this. Tampa's favored by 7, I believe, going into this as we do this live on Wednesday. It's just an opportunity for the franchise to take a step forward. So what do? Do you go grab that opportunity that you've been talking about since the offseason?
Yeah.
This is what you wanted. You wanted to be in that situation. Go get it.
Get it.
Every person on this team at one point was probably the alpha on their team in high school or Pop Warner or something. You know what I mean? Like, where they were used to winning. They're everybody in here is used to winning at some stage in their career, right?
Yeah.
Except for Carolina. And now you have a chance to be like, okay, now we can join the Cam Newton, Jonathan Stewart, Fozzie Whitaker group. Now we can join the Jake Delhomme, Steve Smith, Moose Muhammad group. Now we can join the
Thomas
Sam
Davis,
Mills,
Luke
Thomas,
Kuechly,
all those guys
Sam
that
Mills,
actually
all them
won
boys.
stuff. Because until you win something, you can't really cut yourself as a Panther, not legend, but a Panther great, a Panther star, a Panther, somebody that people go, oh, he's a Carolina Panther. Because people won't do that until you're winning. Like,
you just want to leave a legacy that's worth being remembered by.
Yeah. And all these, and they're hungry and they're young. And like, again, we've been waiting so long, really since Tepper bought the team, for this moment to finally get here, where they got a game where if they win, they're in. And it actually, you mentioned this at the end of Sunday too. The Falcons actually won. They actually beat the Rams.
They did what they were supposed to do.
Which is crazy, because the Falcons out here shattering dreams like all over the place. The Falcons are probably playing the best football in the NFC South, but they got eliminated from the playoffs like 3 weeks ago. If the Falcons, how's it go? If we lose to the Bucs, we still can win the NFC South.
If the Falcons do their job, man. Keep on going, Falcons.
Because people have been asking me, how's that possible? Well, we would the Bucs and the Falcons would all be 8-9. Falcons have already been eliminated from the playoffs. They can't get in. Because of tiebreakers, we would end up winning in that scenario. Even though the Bucs swept us, we split with the Falcons, and the Falcons swept the Bucs, I think it was, or something like that. So something along those lines. And because of the weird tiebreakers in the division, the NFC South champ backing in would be the Carolina Panthers. If the Tampa Bay Bucs win on Sunday, they're the NFC South representative with a losing record, I would say, because they'd be 8-9 or something like that. If we win,
this is the most honest. This is the most honest division in football right now. The NFC South.
Honest? Is that the word you want to use for?
Yeah, honest? I want to use the word honest, because look, nobody is dominant, right?
No, except for Atlanta, apparently.
Like, momentum is it's all about momentum, right? It's not about talent. It's about what's happening in that moment.
Right? It's that Falcons Saints game actually feels like it probably should be for the NFC South, because they're the two that are playing the best. Because Tyler Shaw put up 330 some yards last week.
Boy, nice.
We saw him up close and personal a couple weeks ago.
Boy, Kellen Moore, he know what he's looking for. He know what he's looking for.
It's upside down. The bottom of the NFC South is playing the best. The Bucs and the Panthers are going to play for the division title, even though the Panthers haven't won back-to-back games since September. And like you said, the Bucs are 1-7 in their last 8 games. So,
man, look, the division isn't about who's hot, right? This is about late season discipline at this point, right? That's who decides it. It's about who makes the fewest mistakes. You don't beat teams in December by being flashy. You beat them by not putting your defense right back on the field.
Yep.
Which goes back to my keys to the game.
All right.
The number one key of this game is to win on first down. Stay out of third and long situations, and convert in the red zone. We got to score points, no field goals. That's the main objective, man. If you're a Carolina Panther fan, you are looking for your offense to do those things. Win on first downs, stay out of third and long situations, and convert in the red zone. Period. Point blank. And take care of the football.
Take care, yes, because those are the games too earlier this year. I wish we had that Miami game back. I wish we had Jacksonville back, where we didn't take care of the football early. Like, we shot ourselves in the foot so much early, and then we dug a hole and had to dig out of it. We cannot afford to do that at Tampa. They do have enough to keep us at arm's length. But again, I always talk about NFL windows. This is what they've won the NFC South the past 3 years, I think it is.
It don't matter.
So
however long it's been,
might be the end of this group. We can end this group of Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We can end it. End the whole thing, make them start over fresh and do it all over.
Start from scratch, fellas.
We do have a new sponsor over the next couple of weeks. It's actually ZipRecruiter, who I'm very familiar with. ZipRecruiter will help you find the best people for all of your roles. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Just go to this exclusive web address right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. It's ZipRecruiter.com/audio. Again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/audio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And before we cross over into our Around the League segment, I wanted to also, again, I mentioned FanDuel's also with us throughout the year, and we're a 7-point underdog in this game. The Carolina Panthers have won every game this year as an underdog. And
what time it is?
Yeah, I wanted to go pull up, see if they got anything crazy in here for us for FanDuel, because I'm kind of wanting to just take the Panthers straight up in this. Like, it feels like it's setting up that way, don't it? That
take them straight up, man. How much you gonna put on it?
I don't know, $10.
Nah, man, put a little bit more on there, man. Make it count, make it matter. This might be the last one.
Hey, and I mentioned Sunday too. Actually, this is the one I was going to repeat. If the Carolina Panthers have the longest odds of all the playoff possible teams to actually, it was like make the Super Bowl or actually win the Super Bowl. Because when I looked at it, it was like, you bet like $100, you'd win $17,500 or whatever on the odds. Here it is, Super Bowl odds. Super Bowl winner. That's what it was. So if you could do that, they've actually added now Super Bowl exact result, or actually Super Bowl matchup. Here you go. Baltimore Ravens versus the Carolina Panthers is sitting here, Stu, at plus 40,000 for a potential matchup in the Super Bowl. Because a lot of stuff's got to happen to make that go down. But bet $10 in that, you win $4,000.
That's one of them just in case bets.
Yeah.
You got $10 man, just go ahead and put it in there.
So all those are there now, and they've got a bunch of these Super Bowl lines in here now as we inch closer to the playoffs, wildcard weekends next week. So I mean, go over to FanDuel, sportsbook.fanduel.com, put your bets in there. If you're confident in the Panthers, there's some interesting stuff in there that you can actually poke on and actually try to win yourself some money. Before we go to around the league, though, special shout out to Luke Kuechly, who got nominated to the final ballot of the Pro Football Hall of Fame. I Bleav it's his first year of eligibility, if I'm not mistaken. I've always thought that, oh no, it's a second straight season. So he's not going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer, but he should have been, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You played with Luke. You've coached with Luke. You've done radio with Luke. Give us an idea of what it's like to be around the mind of Luke Kuechly, because he was always wired differently in terms of like dissecting plays. But you can just hear when he talks, like on the radio, that he almost sounds like a professor in terms of what he's seeing. Like, what was it like playing with Luke Kuechly?
Yeah, obviously, watching him on the field game day, he was one of my favorite players to watch. There's been countless, opportunities, just when the defense has to go out there and make a play. He's over here pointing on the field, telling where guys to be, calling out offenses before they even know what they're doing. I mean, he's brilliant, man. And, to be able to, call him a friend, call him a teammate, blood, sweat, and tears, like this is low key, a guy that changed the game for a lot of people, for the modern day football player, for the modern day linebacker, for the time that he played. Wasn't long, but it was so impactful. Luke didn't just play linebacker. He solved offenses, right? You look at a jigsaw puzzle, right? And you try to match things and you're going through what you remember on film, and he's out here calling things out. And, if I played defense, he's a guy that would make me better. And that's what a Hall of Fame player does. He's not just out there putting up stats. He's not just out here, rah-rah and giving speeches. He's making every single person on that field better. And because of his preparation and film study, he was the first guy in, the last guy out. He knew everything about the offense, more probably than all the offensive players, right? Maybe outside of the quarterback. But he knew just as much as the offensive quarterbacks did, right? You look back at the Dallas Cowboy game on Thanksgiving when we played the Cowboys, where he picked Tony Romo off twice. He was out there running routes for these guys, right?
That was Romo's last game. Romo's last game of his career.
Yeah, I mean, Luke Kuechly, his instincts, his preparation, he changed people's thought processes and game plans going into, playing the Carolina Panthers. what they were fearful of was Luke Kuechly knowing what they were doing. And so, Luke Kuechly, Hall of Fame finalist, if he makes it this year, hopefully he does. Hopefully they got the common sense to make it happen. He should have been a first ballot because he's a guy that absolutely changed the way the game is played. He the way he's able to, be the conductor, right, on a defense, putting guys in position to win. That's what he was for the Carolina Panthers, while also being a savage on the football field. Total savage.
It's crazy too, because it's not only did he play at an all-pro level at middle linebacker, he played it at Carolina. And to me, at Carolina is linebacker university, basically, in terms of especially middle linebacker. You're talking about Luke Kuechly had a better career than Dan Morgan, had a better career than John Beeson. You know what I'm saying? Like you're talking about like dudes that were all pros themselves. And I just want to read this out loud. This is Luke Kuechly's resume in terms of what he only played 8 seasons, right? In those 8 seasons, he was a 7-time All-Pro, not Pro Bowl, 7-time All-Pro, 7-time Pro Bowler, earned Defensive Rookie of the Year honors. He was a Defensive Player of the Year. He went to 1 Super Bowl. He was named to the All-Decade team for the 2010s. It's basically the same resume as Patrick Willis, the Hall of Fame linebacker who played for the 49ers at the exact same time. They always kind of got compared to each other. Willis got in 2024 in his 3rd year of eligibility. Willis only played 8 years too before injuries made him retire early. He also made an all-decade team. He was a 6-time All-Pro. He never won a Defensive Player of the Year award. Kuechly was considered the best linebacker in the game pretty much the entire 8 years he played. He made All-Pro in 7 of his 8 seasons. The only year he didn't was his rookie year when he won Defensive Rookie of the Year. And this is the part right here that just kind of cements for me. He wasn't just good, he was elite. He has the 3rd highest percentage of all pros to years played in NFL history. He's only trailing Barry Sanders, who got named All Pro all 10 of his years in the NFL. So that's 100%. And Jim freaking Brown, 8 of 9, 88.9%. The guys he's ahead of, Reggie White, 13 of 15 years, Anthony Munoz, 11 of 13 years. So however way you want to define elite, that's what.
Yeah, the boy is elite.
I mean,
look, you know what? This is when I knew he was elite. This man, we played in 2013, December 22nd, 2013, Desmond.
Yeah.
The Panthers needed a win over the New Orleans Saints. Kind of similar vibes, right? Needing a win. And we're playing to get a playoff clinching berth, right? This man had 26 tackles, dog. 26. 26. I'm on the sideline like, yo, y'all see this stat? I'm looking over here watching the stats in the stadium.
Offenses
at one point he was at 18. I was like, dang, can he get 20? And then like in one series he got like 3. I'm like, dang. So he's at 21.
Let me put that in perspective.
Can he get 30? So, Luke, if you would have got 30 tackles in one game, maybe they would have let you in the Hall of Fame last year.
Man, look, let me put that in perspective for people that don't understand it. A regular NFL offense that's getting up and down the field, you're going to run probably, I don't know, about 60 plays probably in a game.
Yeah.
Luke Kuechly.
And if you were some teams this year, some teams only had like 48 plays this year, the way they was playing.
So in that game, Luke Kuechly tackled the ball carrier on roughly about half of every play they ran on offense. Luke Kuechly's just there waiting on them. Like, I'm here. Hey, where are you? I'm in the hole already. Where are you? Come on, let's dance. Like, that's amazing, man. He should have been first ballot. He's one of my favorite Panther players of all time. And he's actually made me look at linebackers differently in terms of what I want there. I want something similar to Luke Kuechly. I also know that's a unicorn.
Of course you do.
That's a unicorn.
Hey, I want somebody
really
that can be a coach on the field.
Yeah.
Can put people in position to be successful, to be able to diagnose plays like immediately,
I'm
but
call
also be able to make every tackle.
Yeah, I got the speed, the strength to get to the hole before the running back does. I'm going to call it out. The quarterback's going to get confused. Like, why does he know the play that we're running? We're going to run it anyway. Luke's going to be there. Like, I want another guy like that. And I took for granted the fact that those guys don't grow on trees. They are not just out here.
Luke Kuechly beat quarterbacks before the snap even happened.
Tom
That's
Brady said
Hall
that.
of Fame football.
He needs to go in. He should have been in last year. Hopefully, he gets in this year. The other, well, they've got it down to, was it 15 finalists now? The other finalists, actually, I think I went past it now.
Yeah, Frank Gore's in there.
Frank Gore.
It'd be nice to see a running back get in there.
Yeah. I think
they don't treat the running backs the way they should be treating them, though. They'd be hating on us.
And I hate that because that's because of the way the game's played today, but that wasn't the way it was played back then. The former running back was the workhorse. Like, running back.
Frank Gore was definitely the workhorse. That boy.
Yeah, Frank Gore was an issue for sure.
Yeah.
And then
without him, the 49ers are who?
You're right. Yeah, he carried them. He had them on their back that was Harbaugh, wasn't it? When Harbaugh was there? Yeah. So he ate when he was there. The Panthers injury report, real quick before we get to around the league. Rico Dowdle had a toe. Chris Barnes, the linebacker, had a back. They're both listed as full participants from Wednesday. They were held out of Tuesday's workout. They did not have linebacker Claude Cherlis. He's got a calf ankle injury. Cornerback Robert Rochelle, who I think plays special teams, has a concussion. And tight end Javion Sanders is out with a fibula injury.
He had surgery right after the day after the game.
He's done. He's done for the season. Defensive tackle Treshaun Wharton had a hamstring. He's a full participant for the second day in a row. Robert Hunt was also full participant, and wide receiver
Robert Hunt.
Wide receiver David Moore.
Robert, what? Hold on.
We haven't seen David Moore since
over his name like
right?
that and just saying, "Oh yeah, Robert Hunt was at practice." Oh yeah, that's a big deal. No?
Yeah, it's a big deal. I've been trying to wait to see if he's going to make it through week of practice, and I think he was practicing last week, and it felt like they were holding him for Tampa. And that's exactly what's happening. So Robert Hunt's probably at the start, man.
Robert Hunt, if you in that game, though, I cannot wait. And neither can the running backs.
And David Moore. We haven't thought of David Moore since week one. He's been a full participant this week, too, at wide receiver.
Okay, so trusted Dusty. Okay.
Yeah, so David Moore might be in the house on all hands on deck on Saturday. So we got all that coming. And this is shaping up. The Panthers might be the healthiest they've been all year. Going to Tampa and feeling good. And I liked what I heard from Bryce Young in terms of just wanting to wash his hands of last week and just get on to it. Panthers, Bucs, this is what's in front of us. This is what we wanted. So they're ready to rock and roll. Now, I want to get to around the league true false with Jay Stu. We haven't done it in a couple of weeks, and we are on the verge of the playoffs, and we got some juicy stuff here. True or false, Aaron Rodgers plays his final game this weekend.
Oh, man. It's hard to tell,
especially with Aaron Rodgers. Yeah,
Aaron gonna go into his hiding spot, in the off season, go to his cave for about a couple weeks, and then he'll let us know. Apparently,
he's actually looked okay the past couple of weeks.
I think he still got some juice.
Now, I don't know if he wants to play in Pittsburgh.
He might. As long as Tomlin's there, I think there's a chance that he's there.
I think I got him a little bit further down.
I think there's been a season of trust that has been built. I think I can't imagine Aaron comes out and just says, "I'm done" after this 1 year. Especially how his year ended with New York, right? This is his first time really being able to get back on the field. And then seeing Phillip Rivers get out there and start throwing the ball around after
he's still
just sitting around at the house.
Yeah.
Like, he's probably thinking to himself, well, if Phillip did it, I'm going to play until I'm 50.
Phillip didn't even play for 5 years. Phillip ain't played since 2020. He just went on out there week 14, and he's still upright. So I'm like, hey, Andy, I don't know what y'all are doing, but I guess y'all know what y'all are doing.
It all depends, though, man. Like, look, I think I saw on some feed that Lamar Jackson was back at practice.
He's been hurt all year.
Now,
he has not looked right all year.
But listen to me. Go ahead and go to the next segment. Let these people know what this next segment is.
Jacksonville is the most dangerous team in the AFC.
False. False.
We saw Jacksonville week 1. We were like, is this team good or are we just not good? So
listen, they are pretty good, okay?
Yeah,
but the most dangerous team in the AFC right now, today, depends on whether or not Lamar Jackson comes to play.
Yeah, let me pull up these standings.
Because if Lamar Jackson suits up after what Derrick Henry did, that poor defense last week,
Look, and that made the Raiders coaching staff look bad because that's the reason why y'all have gone home the past 2 years in the playoffs because y'all didn't do that. Y'all did not feed that man. Like, give that man the ball and get the hell out the way.
Listen, if the way it's all about peaking, right? Not saying who the best team is in the AFC right now, but who is the most dangerous team in the AFC right now. And the defense for the last 3 games, they've been tightening up, right? Yeah. Points allowed has been slowly decreasing, okay, on defense. Run defense is improving. They win ugly, right? We know what playoffs is all about. It ain't about looking pretty. It's about whether or not you can go in there and win ugly.
You need
and if Lamar Jackson comes back and his back is okay, he had a little back injury. If he's okay, he's always going to present a major threat to the opposing defense.
The Steelers and the Ravens, winner take all. I think that's the Sunday night game, if I'm not mistaken. The Steelers are 9-7. Mike Tomlin, yet another season over 500, but the Steeler fans are restless. I've got Steeler friends that are just like, we don't care about 9-8 anymore. That doesn't matter. They haven't won a playoff game in like 10 years.
To the playoffs, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I got news for you, Pittsburgh fans. If Lamar Jackson suits up, hold on tight. It's going to be a long day.
That's the NBC Peacock game Sunday night. Sorry, my dog. Somebody's at the door or something. The Steelers are 9-7. Ravens 8-8. The winner of that game wins the AFC North, and that will be in the evening on Sunday. The Niners are the best team in the NFC. True or false?
True. I mean, again, several games listen, since Brock Purdy got back into that offense, they've been looking like the team that we saw them in the Super Bowl a couple years ago.
They've won 6 straight since he got back. He's
and the way he played the last game, dog, there was a red zone play where he was scrambling to the left and he was scrambling, just kind of like playing with these boys, man, and then just popped one to the receiver right there at the pod line. Like, he's playing in a different confidence level right now. When you have Christian McCaffrey right next to your side, you probably the most confident football player in all of national football.
That's what sounds. See why not? Plus, he's missing
a Swiss Army knife next to you.
He didn't have George Kittle. Brandon Ayuk's not there. Yeah. Their top 2 defenders, Joey Bosa and Fred Warner, are out for the season. He lost,
and he might be coming back during sometime in the playoffs.
Yeah, he might be coming back. They lost Trent Williams in that game, the left tackle, the all-world left tackle. You want to talk about mountain men?
That could be a problem.
They're doing all this off of the back of Brock Purdy and Christian McCaffrey, and nobody's talking about the Niners. Everybody's talking about the Seahawks.
And that's what makes them dangerous.
Yeah, that's what makes them dangerous because I wouldn't want to see a 49er team that's won 6 straight and they're averaging like 32 points a game or something in that 6-game win streak. Like, one of those was us. Like, we saw what they were doing, and they did that after throwing 3 interceptions in the first quarter or first half and still won by a lot. So, I mean,
I'm gonna go with the same thing that I had to say with the Baltimore Ravens. All right. The San Francisco 49ers, the defense is limiting points, yards, and explosive. Okay. The offense is efficient with Brock Purdy and Christian McCaffrey. They ain't reckless, dog. They out there doing exactly what they're supposed to do. Shanahan, this might be his year. They win in multiple ways. Okay. They win in multiple ways. Ooh. The Niners don't just play. You know what it is, Desmond? The Niners don't need to play perfect football to beat you.
That's the dangerous part. Because when you get to that part where you don't have to play perfect to win and you can kind of mess up and still win by a lot, that's great coaching. That's great talent. That's great leadership. That's all the stuff you want. You want that in a team.
You want that.
I want to go back a question. We were talking about Jacksonville being the dangerous team in the AFC. There's a team in their division that might be more dangerous that nobody's talking about. Really, the Houston Texans.
Houston Texans. That's my runner-up.
They have won 8 straight games, and
it's crazy.
Yeah, their defense is off the chain. And CJ Stroud looks like rookie CJ Stroud year. They're 11-5. I don't know if they're playing the Jags. They might be playing the Jags actually. I think the
Jags play the Titans.
Jags play the Titans. Okay, and the Titans are way out of it. But Drake May is your league MVP. True or false? Hell, it might be Brock Purdy for what we just said. You know, like this is the most wide open. Is this not the most wide open MVP race you can think of for a while?
Know, I would say Matt Stafford up until the last several weeks.
Yeah, Stafford lost.
You know, he was running. He was running with it.
We kept trying to crown the Rams as the best team
a little bit too.
We kept trying to crown the Rams as the best team in the NFC the past 3 weeks, and all they've done is lost 2 straight.
Yeah.
And fell out of home field advantage. Oh, that's the other thing I was going to mention about the 49ers. Literally, the 49ers don't have to leave San Francisco for the remainder of the season, including postseason, because the Super Bowl is in Santa Clara. So, I mean, if they get home field, they beat the Seahawks and get the 1 seed in the NFC, they will be at home the entire month of January and the Super Bowl. They will play a home game in the Super Bowl if the 49ers can pull this off.
That'd be like Tom Brady's last hoorah.
Yeah. When the Tampa hosted, but that was during COVID, so they played at Tampa, but it wasn't in front of the
nobody there.
Yeah, nobody was there.
The city didn't see no money.
Didn't the Rams play in LA? That Rams Patriots Bowl wasn't that in Los Angeles, but they lost. They lost that, and that was in front of people. That was one of the most boring Super Bowls. It was like 9-6 or something like that. It was the last Super Bowl Brady and Belichick won together with the Patriots. But yeah, Drake May. Is there maybe the better question should be, is there someone else above Drake May that you're thinking right now?
I can't say. I think Drake May out here playing really good ball. I mean, you got Vrabel, he's the coach of the year. I know that for sure. So you might as well give the coach of the year, give his quarterback the MVP too.
Who's the coach for the Seahawks again?
McDaniel. Mike McDaniel? Who is it?
No, that's the Miami coach. Mike McDaniels. I gotta look it up, but whatever your name is, you might be coach of the year. You might be the coach of the year also. I'm looking through all these teams that are like
Mike McDonald.
Mike McDonald. Okay, Mike McDonald. Mike McDonald for the Seahawks might be coach of the year because nobody expected the Seahawks to be like this. Like they're good, man. They're really good.
Yeah, that defense is potent.
Eagles are leading the NFC East. They've won that division, but there's somebody on the Eagles I could say is MVP. Caleb Williams isn't the MVP of the league, even though the Bears are going to end up probably winning the NFC.
What does FanDuel say about the MVP race?
You know what? That's a really good question. Let me go over here and see who they have for MVP because that is a really good question. I have no idea who they've got in here. Awards.
Okay, right now they got Drake May.
They got Drake May at -340.
Then boy, you know what we're doing then, FanDuel. We're rolling with Drake May because it ain't Matthew Stafford. It definitely ain't Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence at +22,500.
I don't trust him.
I don't trust that. Josh Allen's at 30,000 +30,000. Caleb Williams at +30,000 too. I didn't even know Caleb Williams has been considered.
Drake May, Charlotte native.
They have NFL Coach of the Year. Kyle Shanahan +100 with Mike Vrabel at +110. So he's right behind him. Mike McDonald at +650. So Liam Cohen, the coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars at 2,200. Ben Johnson, the Chicago coach at 2,500. And then Sean Payton, the Denver coach. So those all make sense. Those sound right.
I think Mike Vrabel with the Patriots, that's more impressive.
Yeah, I think so too, because the Patriots are like a year early. Like they're not supposed to be this good. And that's a lot of Drake May. I think Drake May is at 70% completion percentage or something like for the year.
Boy, efficient, huh? Boy, he's efficient.
The offensive rookie of the year, it looks like it's gonna be Ted McMillan. He's at -135.
Listen, Tyler Sharp's right behind Charlotte, Carolina Panthers.
Yeah,
look,
I like it.
He's a large part of why we are where we are.
Oh yeah, for sure. And he got over 1,000 yards for the year, didn't he? I'm pretty sure he got past that a week or two ago.
If he didn't, he got it now.
Let me end it with this one here. Baltimore Ravens head coach John Harbaugh and Pittsburgh Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin will both remain head coaches of their teams next season. True or false?
True or false, huh?
Yeah, because they're the two most tenured coaches actively coaching in the NFL. Both have been kind of maligned this year in terms of the Ravens just got banged up. Like the Ravens were the pick.
This is what I'm going to say. The coaches that you can trust, right? Like some coaches don't need explaining. John Harbaugh is one of them. Mike Tomlin is definitely one of them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, great coaches don't win every year. they survive because it's actually hard to win every year. You guys don't.
Yes.
You guys, the fans that have loyalty to the teams like the Buffalo Bills for the 20 years ago when they were just now winning, right? The teams that have been struggling to find success, to find some type of rhythm, to find the ability to say, yo, look, we survived, right? And we give ourselves a chance to be in meaningful football in December every single year. That is Mike Tomlin. And that's John Harbaugh playing meaningful football every year.
Every year.
Every freaking year, dog.
I can't even imagine it. Like every year.
So for the Panther fans, that are listening, you can resonate with that, right? Like you ain't been playing meaningful football for some time. And my would it have been really fun to just be able to say I was at, the Buccaneers game at home in Bank of America Stadium, and they beat the Buccaneers, and it gave them this opportunity to hopefully advance into the playoffs, right? The Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens have been doing that for quite some time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, in my mind, no, they there next year.
I think they've both been there since like 2007 or something like that.
But I do understand too the case that you can make as far as fresh blood. What can you do with that, right? Because you see it with the Patriots. I could imagine. People would have thought to themselves, "Oh, I will never see Bill Belichick, not coaching for the Patriots. Now he's coaching for the Tar Heels." So, like, stranger things can happen, right? Maybe fresh blood is good because now you got Vrabel out there, with a different type of success.
And see, even that's a little bit different because when Bill left New England, it was after a couple of years of them not playing well. Like they had bad years before they finally parted ways. They're still Baltimore and Pittsburgh about to play for the division on Sunday night. Like, I mean, they're still in it now. They've had down years. And again, Baltimore got banged up early. Lamar, you kind of figured eventually he's going to have a year where he's going to be banged up all year just because of his style of play. He's actually got pretty lucky to get to this point without having to be banged up throughout the year the way he has.
I'm telling you, the Ravens,
if they sneak in,
the Bills window is like this.
Yeah, so the Bills are like, let's go ahead and get this thing going.
And that's with the Chiefs not being a part of this whole thing, right?
Have the Ravens beat the Bills in the playoffs in this stretch? So it's always been Kansas City that's kept the Bills from advancing. So the Bills look at it like, oh, we don't care if we run to the Patriots or whoever because Pat Mahomes ain't here. Like, we're free. we can do it. We got the best run game in the league. It's going to be January. We got probably the best quarterback in the league in Josh Allen. This is the year. Buffalo has to do it this year.
Who's waiting to ruin that?
On the AFC side or on the
AFC side? There's two teams. We already talked about them.
We already talked. The Patriots are going to be there, and probably Denver, just because of their defenses, I guess. I mean, Denver
talking about teams. I totally forgot about the Denver Broncos.
Yeah, man. Denver,
Bo Nix out there.
And company. Now, Bo Nix is kind of up and down, I guess, depending on the week that you have. But their defense is solid, like that has been since they've been there. Who's the other team you're thinking about in the AFC?
The Ravens.
Oh, right. Well, I'm not counting them until they're in. So because they're not in yet. So, so I wouldn't count them. But yeah, if the Ravens get in, they're probably the one team in the AFC that nobody wants to see because they're like, is this 80% healthy Lamar Jackson or is this 60% healthy Lamar Jackson? Because 80% can still beat everybody in the league.
60%. So I'm about to say 60% with Derrick Henry back there.
If they give it to him,
if you run the ball with Derrick Henry with him back there at quarterback, a little RPO.
I don't have faith in the Ravens handing the ball to Derrick Henry in January, which is crazy. But I got 2 years to go off of.
Whoever that offensive coordinator is, he needs to just take some NyQuil before the night before game.
It was Todd Monken or whatever his name was before, but I thought he left and went someplace else. But I know last year I was watching that game mad. I'm like, why does Derrick Henry have like 5 carries or something like stupid? Like, what? Derrick Henry's here. Give him the ball. Give him the ball.
King Henry.
Yeah, let him go do it.
That's what they need to start calling him, King Henry. So that way they realize and are reminded who's king.
I don't understand it. So until Baltimore does that, I don't know what they're going to do. Buffalo, again, Kansas City ain't going to be down long. Like, it ain't going to be down long. Like, they'll probably have a little bounce back next year. Give him 2 years of drafts and some free agency stuff and just figuring some stuff out and get Pat Mahomes back to full strength on that leg. Kansas City, the Terror is going to start all over again. Like, we've seen this script before. We just watched the Patriots do it for 20 years. So, I mean, Kansas City's kind of on that path. So, Buffalo needs to take advantage right now and get in there and make this happen before everybody catches back up, because they're starting to see that now. Like, in your own division, New England has caught up to you pretty quick, and they're young and coming. And then you've got these other squads like Jacksonville. Looks like they're finally ready. I've been making fun of Trevor Lawrence for 2 years that he's the worst, best quarterback in the NFL. He's always like rated number 17, number 18 or whatever. This year, I think he might have heard us or something, or heard me, because this year he's been playing lights out, and Liam Cohen got him going. So, I mean, it was not Drake May for league MVP, and he was the odds-on favorite, right? I saw on FanDuel. Yeah. So Drake May's clearly been the odds-on favorite. He's probably going to win because those are pretty. He's the only one in the negative, like negative 340. So they're kind of saying it's going to probably go to. It's probably going to go to Drake May. So, so that's we'll get out of here. That's the lowdown for today. If you did not know, the NFL, they flex this game to Saturday. So we're not playing on Sunday. We're playing Saturday at 4:30, all by ourselves, prime time. Well, leak into prime time. ESPN and ABC. You can watch this ball game at 4. Man, I got a loaded Saturday because I got Carolina plays SMU at 2, I think. And then I got to produce an A&T basketball game at like 4. This is on at 4:30. I assume we're going to probably try to maybe go live after it. So I got to try to figure out a way to watch it while I'm doing something else. It's Saturday's going to be a problem.
You better figure it out, man.
Saturday's going to be an issue.
Hey,
I need multiple screens.
I was, it reminds me, Dan Lanning. Shout out to Oregon, by the way.
When y'all play?
Texas Tech tomorrow.
There it is.
12 o'clock. Make sure you watch it.
Yeah, I'm going to all day.
But, Dan Lanning made a comment about Saturdays should be left alone for college football.
I agree. Yeah.
And largely due to the fact that that's like it's a different vibe of watching college football, right? Like, it should be, your mind should only be focused on one thing. You can't be out here thinking like,
too much.
Oh, the NFL's on too. Yeah, Drake May. Oh, Patriots. Oh, wait a minute, Seahawks. Oh, the
too much going on. There's too much going on. It's crazy. It's gonna be too much going on. And plus, I'm like that with high school football, because college football started playing on Friday nights, and I'm like, Friday nights should be for high school football. It should not be for college football. You know, Friday. Look, high school football. It's all about money, man. And what's happening right now is the NFL is messing up college football's money. And college football don't like that. College football's all about that money.
So unless the NFL is gonna, give a little stipend, to the college football ranks,
I don't see them
never happen.
I said that meme. Yeah, I was about to say that meme of Dave Chappelle holding that money. Like, no, I don't see that stuff doing that.
But he does have a good point. Maybe they, sit down in the off season and break bread over it or something. But shout out to Dan Lanning for always keeping it a buck. That's a coach that I got, for my squad. I'm very proud of it.
A good shot here. It's wide open, really. I know Indiana's undefeated, and I know you've seen them because they're in the Big Ten. It's something about me not believing Indiana is as good as they have been. I can't wrap my mind around it. Like, it's Indiana. It'd be like if I'm trying to think of a good pair. It'd be like if
you just think of them as a basketball school right now.
I do. I mean, that's my entire life. That's all they've ever been. They've never been good in football like this. They just beat Ohio State 2 weeks ago. Like, I mean, they're good. Their quarterback they're talking about he might go number 1 or whatever in the draft. So I'm gonna watch some of this tomorrow.
Dante Moore declares.
Yeah. Well, I was sitting there thinking, I was like, who's the best quarterback in college football?
Dante Moore.
Who's he from? He's with Oregon. So yeah. So I mean,
quarterback.
See, and my thing is, I never get a chance to really watch college football because I'm always producing A&T football on Saturday. So it makes it where by the time I'm done with that, I don't want to sit down and watch another 4 hours of football, knowing I'm about to watch more football on Sunday. So I haven't really got a chance to watch a lot of college football. I watched some Carolina stuff early because I was curious about this Bill Belichick experiment. And that I realized I didn't have to watch a whole lot of that after week 2.
It might be all right next year, but they ain't winning nothing.
They got a class coming in, but again, like you said, money's kind of messed us up for football and basketball. Did you see the thing about how college basketball is going to let like guys that got drafted in the NBA, they're going to start being able to play?
I saw that. Man, look, that is right. That's crazy.
It all has to do with whether or not they played in the NBA as opposed to Europe. And I'm like, well, that doesn't make any sense, because on other pods I do, we've recognized the top 5 players in the NBA are foreign-born players. They're not USA players. They're from over there. So you're saying if they go over there and play, they're still allowed to play college ball. But if they get drafted in the NBA and play in the NBA, then they're not allowed. And I'm like, how does that make any sense? Like, doesn't like the dude James Najali or whatever, he's going to Baylor. He's going to actually play this week. He got drafted by the Pistons in 2023. He was 19. He got traded to Charlotte. So that's how I know him, because he was on the G League team here in Greensboro. Then he got traded again to Detroit, and then he's played the last 2 years overseas in Europe. He never played an actual NBA game. He only played in Summer League. And then he played G League. And they ruled, he's 21 now. They ruled he's actually still got eligibility. He's coming back. He's going to go play for Baylor. And I'm like,
that's wild. That's
crazy, right? Like, I couldn't figure out how this is even possible. And then my own team, Carolina, they have a kid, Luka Bogovic, that came from Europe, who was playing as a pro over there. And they brought him over here. And he's playing on the roster right now. So I can't complain about it too much, because my squad's got to do.
Because you over there figuring it out.
He's starting right now. 6'6", got a little stroke. Like,
hey, man, how many kids you got, man? How many businesses you got?
That's the rules. So that's the rules. So it is what it is. But
who do you use to do your taxes?
I can't. Yeah, right. Yeah, I can't imagine them doing this in football, though, because football is different. Like, you can't. Why would you? Why would you want to go back?
If you was a guy that was a third, that somehow found yourself as a third string guy,
and you get to go back to like Oregon and play, or
and
Texas,
you didn't went and played some. You went over there and played some downs in the NFL. And you realize like, whoa, that hole closed up real quick. Okay, start learning some things, a little technique here, a little technique there, a little slow too fast through. Being able to take on a defender a certain way, get your confidence up.
Oh, that's a good question.
Come back to college and you bust them upside the head.
So we're going to end it on this one. 028 Tyrone says, Stewart, if you had a chance to play running back again, would you do it?
Depends.
Like, what you mean, Tyrone? Like now, or like
right now, or like, would I do it all over again?
Yeah, would you go back, or would you play a different position than running back?
I would, if I would always be a running back. If there had to be another position, it would be linebacker.
Okay, I can see that.
But like, I'd be like London Fletcher.
Oh, a little compact, center block guy.
Shout out to London Fletcher, by the way. He should be a Hall of Famer by now.
Yeah. I thought I was a Redskin fan back in the day. I'm familiar with London and what he was doing.
But yeah, I would definitely. If I was to, you asking me right now with this old body, I'd have to say, look. If a coaching staff said, "Hey, look, son, we just need you for goal line," I'm like, "Okay,
hey, yo,
I can do that."
Like push me in. Let's go.
Ain't no tush push. Just make sure you clear the lane so that way I can jump.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah,
right?
Yeah.
I just need to jump, dog. I still got my bounce.
That's Yeah, I can see it. Hey, if Philip Rivers can play quarterback for the Colts after not playing for 5 years.
I can be able to jump over a goal line at least 5 times until I get hurt.
Let's just hope Cam Chancellor's on the other side of the line trying to meet you midair. So
right,
like, crazy.
He ain't playing no more. If it's somebody like that playing,
I'm good, coach. I'm just gonna hang up.
There's really not a safety out there that scares me.
Not anymore. I mean, all the rules have changed, so like you can't take a dude's head off like they could back in the day. But yeah, I'm trying. There's no Troy Polamalu. There's no Ed Reed running around. There's, you know what I mean? Like, there's no Sean Taylor.
Like Hamilton for the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah, Kyle Hamilton's good.
Mirek for Panthers. I wouldn't want to see him off the edge.
Yeah, he'll come downhill on you.
That boy crazy. He just want to hit
Ransom. Lathan Ransom too. People. Yeah, give him a couple.
Depends on how much they weigh.
Lathan Ransom probably got about 200.
Yeah, I'd be able to handle him a little bit. But too many times, if he want to hit me inside the head, I'm gonna be like, hey, coach, put me on goal line.
I don't want any of this safety nonsense they got going on out here. So we're gonna go ahead and head out. Again, don't wake up Sunday and be like, hey, where's this game? And I can't find it. It was the day before.
On Saturday,
4:30.
College football day.
Yeah, and all this college football nonsense they're going to nightcap it with Panthers and Bucs. Winner takes the division. Maybe the loser takes the division. I don't know. The way this is crazy, it might all depend on the Atlanta Falcons and what they do against the New Orleans Saints. So the Panthers can win this outright and win the division. They can lose this game. Falcons can win. The Panthers can still win the division. The Bucs can win by winning the division. So it's still up in the air between these two teams. By the time you see us again on Saturday evening, we should know whether or not we are the NFC South champs or not. And we should know whether or not we're in the playoffs or not. So we'll go from there. But where else would you rather be, Panther fans, after 6 years of hoping, restarting, rebuilding, drafts, free agents that didn't work, coaches that didn't work, quarterbacks that didn't work, for us to have an opportunity to be where we are right now, to play for the division last week of the regular season. I'm ecstatic. I'm happy. I'm ecstatic, I'm so happy that we've got this to talk about. So we're gonna get out. Thanks to everybody at FanDuel. Thanks to everybody at ZipRecruiter. For Jonathan Stewart, this is Desmond Johnson. We'll probably be on about 7:30, 8 o'clock on Saturday, I would imagine, for the live post game. And hopefully we will be lit when we get to that point.
Yeah,
so
hopefully we turned up. Yeah. And if we ain't turned up, we're gonna tune into that Falcons game.
Yeah, we're gonna all be watching. I'll be sitting there just like this, watching that game live on the stream on Bleav. So we'll keep y'all posting everything else. Follow our socials for more. And we're gonna get out of here. So for Jonathan Stewart, this is Desmond Johnson. You've been watching and listening to the Bleav in Panthers podcast here on Bleav Podcast
New
Network.
Year, man.
Happy New Year to everybody. Be safe out here in these streets tonight.
Hey, listen, the streets ain't nice. Ain't nothing to play with.
I'm throwing on pajamas and sitting here, and if I make it to 12 o'clock, great. If I fall asleep, I'm like, oh, well.
Hey, hopefully I wake up and it's the new year.
Hopefully I get up next morning. I get up next morning and enjoy it then.
That's how you know you're old.
Yeah, that's how I know. I'm already plotting how I'm going to stay awake to midnight at this point. It's 5:30 in the afternoon, and I'm sitting there playing like, can I make it another 6 hours?
Drink you some ginger ale, man. Some Canada Dry.
I need some ginger ale. We're going to go in here and see if I got some. We're going to go ahead and get out of here. We will see you guys on Saturday evening for the live show. Keep at it.